What up, DBX fans? Shakedown 2012 with some more Xenoverse gameplay.
Hello!
I'm gonna engage in one of these side quest missions, with Gohan. But today I wanted to chat with you guys about some of the characters that I thought were really cool that they could have expanded on, or at least maybe brought back for some future battles, or at least maybe in my own fantasy world, you know, my own. If I had a choice of some characters that would have been cool to bring back, or elaborate on, or expand on more, these are the characters I would like to see come back. Number one, I don't know if you guys remember the very first series, Dragon Ball. So most of you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, but I was a big fan of Bora, and I've already mentioned this in a video or two in the past. But he was that Native American from the Dragon Ball series, and you know, to me, they gave that one android, Ader. They gave him more play than they gave Bora, and you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe that was the writer's choice, and I just thought that Bora was such a cool character. But he was the village chief at the bottom of the lookout tower at the sacred land of Korin. You know, he was at the bottom of the Korin tower. So every time they went to the lookout, if you went to the bottom of the lookout, you would have seen Bora and his tribe. And I thought that would have been cool if they would have maybe expanded on that a little more, maybe interacted with that tribe. You know, maybe even, you know, erected a warrior to come out of that tribe. You know, maybe somebody that would have become a Z fighter. You know, things like that would have been pretty cool. And I just thought that it was kind of, you know, weird that they didn't expand on that more, since, you know, he lived at the bottom of the lookout. Number two, Launch. I don't know if you guys remember Launch. She was another character from the Dragon Ball series. Goku was a child. And, you know, she was crazy to me. Somehow she was the one of the main characters throughout my favorite series, which was the Dragon Ball series, that they just kind of did away with. You know, she just disappeared. Eventually Launch just disappeared. They never really expanded on her anymore, and they never even brought her back for the Dragon Ball Z series. I thought that was kind of crazy. If there was a female character, in my opinion, that they should have brought back or did more with, it would have been Launch. You know, she was the one that, you know, she would sneeze and then switch to her alternate personality, one being gentle and kind and the other being a trigger-happy criminal. I was annoyed by Chi-Chi. You know, I thought Chi-Chi was an annoying character. She was annoying since she was a child, and she was annoying as an adult. She seemed to hate Goku and love Gohan more than anything. And I always thought Bulma was annoying. She was kind of, you know, for lack of better words, you know, she had a kind of an attitude. I don't want to get into the terminologies or whatever, but y'all know what I'm saying. You know, I thought Launch was the only cool female character for a long time. You know, I thought if anyone was going to have one of the Saiyan babies or hook up with one of the human characters, you know, the Z fighters, like Tien, Krillin, or Yamcha, it was for sure going to be Launch. Next on that list, I would have loved to see them expand more on Raditz. To me, Raditz was the coolest Saiyan besides Bardock, Goku's father. And, you know, they made Raditz the biological brother of Goku, the weakest of the Vegeta trio. And at first I thought it would have been cooler if they were to replace Vegeta and his voice with Raditz, and let Raditz eventually become Goku's partner and all that kind of stuff, considering he's his brother. You know, and it just seemed like, wow, what a strong character. You know, what kind of potential would Raditz have had, you know, considering if he had more time. And, you know, I always thought that they got the idea of Goku's Super Saiyan 3 hairstyle from Raditz. And another character that I thought that they could have really expanded on or really brought back for future battles was Nappa. And I thought Nappa was awesome. You know, especially, even though Nappa had a great run in the Saiyan saga, so I know you're probably thinking, you know, they already did enough with Nappa. I just thought it would have been really cool to see Nappa come back as maybe, you know, what if they had a Super Saiyan Nappa? You know, I mean, he's a bald character. What would that mean? Like, does he grow hair? You know, is he a bald Super Saiyan? You know, I just thought he was a cool character. This dude was the general of the Saiyan army. And that should have said a lot. You know, I thought that meant a lot. But, you know, he never became a Super Saiyan. So in my own fantasy world, I would have loved to see Nappa come back as a Super Saiyan. You know, and, you know, if you remember, he also knew how to plant and grow the Cybermen, which suggests to me that he may have had some scientific intelligence and could have been useful in future battles. You know, did you know that Nappa's scouter was never destroyed? I mean, if you watch the series and pay attention, his scouter was never destroyed, and some suggest that that was where Dr. Gero, you know, got the technology to use in Android 16. Since Nappa only killed Piccolo, I don't know if you guys know this, but he only killed Piccolo, and I thought surely that that could have been forgiven considering the battle, and that would have been a good reason to bring him back as a fighter or resurrect him for future battles. But these are my fantasy world characters to bring back. At least we have the video games to expand more on these characters. If you like the content, definitely click the like tab to show your support. And until next time, I'll have some more DBX gameplay for you guys later.